Hello, and welcome to Deep Dive. I'm Isabel Moreno.
And I'm Elise Moreau. We have a truly fascinating journey through time today, exploring how just one day can hold everything from the birth of a massive empire to the birth of some of our most beloved storytellers.
Right, exactly. Let's start with a moment that, it fundamentally changed the map of Europe. On this day in 1871, Wilhelm I of Germany was proclaimed Kaiser in a location that was intended to be the ultimate statement of power, the Hall of Mirrors at the Palace of Versailles.
It is such a deliberate choice, Isabel. Honestly, as someone who studies architecture and form, the irony of using the heart of French royal history to crown a German emperor, you just can't ignore it. The Hall of Mirrors, with those 17 glass-clad arches, it was designed to reflect the glory of the French monarchy. But that day, it reflected a massive shift in the geopolitical balance.
Totally. And you have to remember, this followed the Franco-Prussian War, where the German states had finally united. By choosing Versailles, they were effectively, they were signaling the end of French dominance on the continent. It wasn't just a coronation, it was the birth of the German Empire as a unified modern state.
The sheer scale of the event must have been, overwhelming. The architecture itself became a stage for this new political reality. But while the empires were shifting their borders on the ground, science was beginning to see right through the physical world.
That is a perfect segue. So jumping to 1896, just 25 years after that proclamation in Versailles, a man named H.L. Smith gave the first public exhibition of a machine that generated X-rays.
This was only a few months after the German physicist Wilhelm Röntgen had discovered them in late 1895. Before this, the inside of a living human body was essentially a mystery unless you were in surgery. The design of these early machines was almost sculptural in their industrial rawness, yet they offered this incredible glimpse into a hidden world.
Right. And Smith's demonstration really brought the concept home for the public. It revolutionized medical imaging and diagnostics. Suddenly, doctors didn't have to guess about broken bones or, internal ailments. It was the beginning of a modern era where science and technology started to augment our very sight.
Nodding along, then pivoting to a more lighthearted, celebratory tone, it is remarkable how quickly it moved from a lab discovery to a public exhibition. But, all right, from the clinical world of medicine, let's turn our gaze to the world of performance and the arts. Because, honestly, January 18th is a massive day for cinema history, too.
It truly is. We have 3 heavy hitters to talk about, starting with the legendary Cary Grant, born in 1904. Elise, when we think of style and debonair leading men, he's the first person who comes to mind, right?
Absolutely. Cary Grant was the personification of elegance. Whether he was in a Hitchcock thriller like North by Northwest or a sophisticated comedy like Charade, he had this refined curiosity and an effortless grace. He actually helped define what we consider the golden age of Hollywood style.
He had that rare ability to be both a heartthrob and a fantastic comedic actor. And speaking of comedy, we have to look at another birthday from 1892, Oliver Hardy.
Right. Hardy was a master of a completely different kind of performance. As one half of Laurel and Hardy, he perfected the art of the slow burn and slapstick comedy. There is such a rhythmic quality to their work. It's almost like a dance of errors,
Yeah, totally. I've always found it interesting how Hardy's physicality was such a huge part of his comedic timing. He and Stan Laurel were really the blueprint for every comedy duo that followed. They found humor in the frustration of everyday life.
They really did. And while Grant and Hardy were dominating the screen, we also have to celebrate the man who gave us one of the most beloved literary worlds ever imagined.
That would be A.A. Milne, born in 1882. He's the author who invited us all into the Hundred Acre Wood with Winnie-the-Pooh and friends.
Milne's work is a masterclass in whimsical design and character building. The way he captured the gentle innocence of childhood while still weaving in these surprisingly profound observations about friendship and life, it's why those stories have never faded.
It is fascinating that within the span of about 20 years on this same date, we have the birth of these three men who would influence how we laugh, how we see romance and adventure, and how we introduce children to the world of books.
It's a testament to the cultural richness of the day. From the cold, reflective mirrors of Versailles to the warm, imaginative woods of Christopher Robin, January 18th spans the full breadth of human ambition and creativity.
It really does. Thank you for joining us for this look at the history and the lives that shaped our world. I am Isabel Moreno.
And I'm Elise Moreau. Join us next time for another deep dive into the moments that matter. Deep Dive is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. Explore history every day on Neural Newscast.